Hi guys, welcome to the Wilderness Twins. This is Eddie. I have been asked to do, or pleaded with, I had a please from one of our subscribers to do a rabbit update, and I so apologise for not doing this sooner, but just life has been nuts and the world has been nuts, so myself and Gordon, we've been prepping pretty hard, but you know, family stuff and vacations and all that kind of stuff just got in the way, so I apologize for that. So I thought I'd do one today, and I wanted to show you inside. We have grown quite a bit since the last time I showed you. I've got this one spot here which I'm going to have another 4 cages, but you can see the cages are now 6 foot up. I've got 4 foot cages on either side now, so this is growing. I'm getting another 4 very soon, and my breeding plan for the next year is that I've got this side will all be for grow outs. At the moment I've got 2 grow out cages. We have grown, and I'll introduce you to all the rabbits. Let me just pause this for a second. Welcome back guys. Now I've got this handheld, so I apologize if it's a little shaky. I'll try and keep it down. Right, this is one of the rabbits we've been introduced before, so I'm going to go around and show you them all. This is Reese. She not long ago, like last week or so, just had her kits move out, which I'll turn around, and these are her kits. So these are now like 7 weeks old. So they got moved out because she needed more room, because these guys, you know, they're not, you know, they needed to be weaned off. They were no longer with mom. You know, they were eating her out of house and home, just like my kids. So I need my kids to move out too, although they're only between 6 and 12. So that's going to be a wee while. But these guys were able to move out, so they're in a cage all to themselves. I will drop down. This is one of our newest does. Actually, this is one of the, I kept 2 does from the very first, if you remember back when I had my my very first litter and the pen on the ground. They were processed quite a while ago, but I kept 2 does, this being one of them. And if I remember right, this is Grace. I'm trying to name them all. Although I'm trying to, you know, I will process them when I need to. So although there's a connection, I have to make sure that they have the best life possible. I will have no problem with processing. So we'll move from there down to, this is Daisy, my very first rabbit. She is, I've just bred her yet again. But she had her kits down here. These guys are about 8 weeks. So they'll be ready in about anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks. They'll be ready to process. And then move up just 1 cage. And this is Charlotte. And Charlotte has a litter of little ones, a week old. So they'll be opening their eyes in a couple of days or so, but they're about a week old. So, and Charlotte's a great mommy. She had a week ago, she did have 11. One was born onto the wire. I was lucky. I came home from work. I found it. I was able to warm it up. It was real cold. But you'll find it's not dead unless, same as any first aid, a person is not dead unless they're warm and dead. So just because it was really cold didn't mean to say it was dead. So I warmed it up in my hands indoors for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and it started squeaking and squalling. And if you remember my first video of trying to get a kit warm, that one passed away, but this one was kicking like hell. So it was able to be put back. Unfortunately, with 11, she wasn't able to feed all of them. One died, and 2 were looking very, very malnourished. So what I did was take 2 of them away from one of the other does who had her kits the day after Charlotte, and I put 2 in hers. And they are doing absolutely fantastic now, because the other one, the other doe, which I'll introduce just in a second, only had 5 kits. So she had a small litter, and I was able to move one onto here. Charlotte did lose another, because it obviously latched on when she was feeding, and as she jumped out the cage, it obviously came out with her. And I didn't catch, you know, it was obviously fed during the night time. I came out in the morning, and it was already there. I tried to warm it up, same as last time, but it was already dead. So unfortunately she'd lost. So she's still got 7 in there, 8 in there. Remember my math? I think 8, 7 in there. Can't remember. 7, because she lost. And then anyway, and then the last one for this side, I got a new Californian rabbit, and then this is Kinsey, and Kinsey's rabbits kits. Let me try and move these away. Kinsey's kits are in here, so she's real good. You can see those 2 right at the front are Callies. You can see their noses turning brown, and then there are a couple of New Zealands in there as well, which she's taken to real easy. Rabbits are fantastic to take on other kits that they're not their own, so that they're brilliant animals in that respect. So we've got a good healthy 14 kits here. So let's move on. That's our other doe from our first litter. I think we called her Grace. And then we've got a little mini Rex male. We got, as you said, they've all got brand new fresh hay. I'll move around to the section. This is actually the bottom of a cage for my son's rabbit who was away for the weekend, so I've taken him out of the house, put him out here. So we've got fresh hay, alfalfa grass. Absolute rabbits go crazy for this stuff. This stuff here is actually, oh, I have to bring it up. As the hay, you know, the leafy stuff falls off, at the bottom of the barrel, it just gathers all the leafy stuff, and we'll actually put that, we've got all the rabbits have got plates in their cages. I'll show you. We've all got plates in their cages, so they have got an area to get off the wire. Although the wire doesn't go, because the galvanite, the wire's so thick, it doesn't actually affect their feet. If you went for, you know, like 20 gauge or something really thin, yeah, you'd have a problem. But the 1x1.5 galvanized, this stuff, I think it's 14 gauge, is nice and thick. It's good for them. So, but on there, we'll put this small leaves, otherwise it'll just drop through and we'll waste the money. And I'll show you another thing. I'll pause this and I'll show you another recipe that we've got. So anyway, we'll turn around, and you've met McGregor, and this is Rockstar, two New Zealand bucks. They're our boys. And then up here is our female Mini Rex and her does, and our cute does, kits. So these guys are absolutely beautiful. They make fantastic pets. They only grow to about 3 pounds. Females maybe about 4 pounds. So they're pets. You know, we decided to have one breed that we could actually sell. Although I've been selling my New Zealands, they've been going real good. I've got Europeans in my community, Greek, Portuguese, They're going absolutely nuts for my rabbits, which are nice, but it's meaning that I'm not able to eat many of them myself. So this is a wee update. Let me just take you outside. See if we. That's little wee lion head for that's my son's. So it's outside quite happily, just sitting around in the daylight. I actually prefer the. And let me just open this up. And this is our other Callie. This is Rose. I got her last week. She appears pregnant, so I've had to put in a box, but I'm having to clean it out because she is pooping and peeing in the box. She is pregnant, but I have no idea when she was, when she's due. So, although she is able, because it's a an enclosed box rather than out there. She, and there's let me open this up and show you. So there's only a little hole. So in that little box, it will stay warm, especially with the straw and stuff in there and her body heat. So even if they were born outside the box, they are going to be able to remain. I'm hoping that she'll be able to pull the hair. But we'll have to see what she goes. Hello. Okay, cool. Let me just clip that back up so she can't get out. Apologize for this. Right, there we go. And then today, I've got my station on the go. This is my processing station, but this is not for rabbits today. I went to the local animal market. This is where I got a couple of the does. But today, they're in the back of my car. You probably can't see them, but I got 6 chickens last night. I'm going to process them now, put them in the freezer, and I picked those up for $1.50 each. So there's no way on earth that you can pick up a fresh chicken at the local store, butcher store, whatever, for $1.50 and a little bit of work. Okay, so that's that. So thanks for joining me. This is Eddie from the Wilderness Twins. Little walk back. Let me show you the rabbits again, and we'll say goodbye. So, like I said, new cages, all getting up nice and high. By the time I'm finished here, we're going to have 4 grow-out cages, 8 females, and 2 males, plus the mini Rexes. So it's going to be hard work. Constant work, but it's very much a passion of mine now. I'm enjoying doing this. Being able to know where my meat comes from is great. And even when I go to the local market, I know the local farmers, and when they're getting rid of their females, which they're all roasters now, they've probably been laying for the whole season. So they're all roasters, but knowing that they're antibiotic free and being reasonably well looked after. Some of them have got tail feathers and stuff pulled out and being bullied by others, but that's commonplace in any flock. But it's nice to know where your meat comes from now, or my meat comes from. So I'm going to swap this around. So this is Eddie from Wilderness Twins. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you would like this update. I'll try and make sure that this is kept more up to date from time to time, and I'll maybe even put on the next time these guys are getting processed will probably be the next time I'll do a video, and I'll show my processing area. Okay, thanks very much. So take care. Bye bye now.